Hello and welcome to this session on SaaS management with ServiceNow SAM Professional. My name is Omer Yusuf, and I am an advisory solution consultant representing the IT Asset Management business unit at ServiceNow. We're going to spend the next few moments walking through how ServiceNow addresses SaaS sprawl on our platform before diving into a product demonstration. Before we proceed, let's take a look at how SaaS actually works on the ServiceNow platform. First, we need to connect your SaaS application to the platform. ServiceNow offers direct integration profiles to several SaaS vendors. Note that this list is as of our Utah product release, which was in the spring of 2023. We can also connect to your SaaS applications that you have configured through single sign-on. So if you're using either Azure AD or Okta to connect to SaaS applications, we can integrate into those providers to download usage data, potentially for thousands of additional applications. And finally, through a custom integration in our low-code environment, you can build your own SaaS integration for any application that exposes its data through an API. So now that you've configured your integrations, you need to bring in your purchase data, which is the other half of the equation. Here we can connect to several procurement systems from Coupa, Oracle eBusiness, SAP Ariba, Concur, Workday, and others. Or you can provide pre-mapped templates to your resellers, so SoftChoice, CDW, and SHI, among others, or directly to the vendors to complete so that you can then import that data into the system. Once the raw inventory data from the SaaS application as well as your purchase data is imported into the system, our content service will normalize that into a naming convention and data model that can then be consumed by the product to create a license compliance position. This will tell you if you are over or under licensed, but we don't stop there. Based on the usage data received from each SaaS application vendor, you can configure a reclamation rule that will allow for the automated revocation of a software subscription from users who haven't accessed an application in a defined period of time. This will allow you to optimize your overall SaaS estate across all applications based on your policies and processes as you scale SaaS application usage within your organization. Let's spend a few moments looking at the level of depth of the data that we capture through integrations. At the very top level, we're bringing in the subscription applications as well as the users to whom they're assigned. We also bring in the vendor last login data. So when was the last time your user accessed the solution? We also bring in more meaningful usage data, depending on the publisher. And that can consist of information such as when was the last time a meeting was hosted versus the last time it was attended, or what was the last file access used. We can also bring in consumption analysis based on certain SaaS application vendors, such as for DocuSign, the total envelopes consumed versus sent, or the total storage used for other vendors. And finally, through that no-code, low-code environment that underpins ServiceNow, we can connect to any SaaS application to receive deep level of usage data that's captured in that vendor's API and bring it into the platform for consumption analysis. So just to wrap before the demo, ServiceNow SaaS License Management offers you visibility into today's SaaS sprawl by helping you uncover opportunities for cost optimization by reclaiming wasted cost on licenses that are stale or underutilized. And that right-sizing activity is all happening on the same platform, where you can also capture your licenses, your user data, cost center, and other financial information to help you offer a single pane of glass. Now let's dive into the SaaS management demo. We're going to start from the Software Asset Workspace, from where we can navigate to the Software Asset Analytics module, which immediately takes us into the SaaS overview. This is the page where a SaaS administrator will navigate their journey on the SAM platform. Here you'll get a view for your total spend that's specific to SaaS applications, as opposed to your total spend for all publishers within the Software Asset Overview, which we saw earlier. You'll also get a peek into your potential savings based on those reclamation rules for usage. You'll also get a visibility into all the subscriptions that you own based on the entitlements that your vendors have provided you with, and all the subscriptions that have been assigned to users based on those integration profiles. You can create an integration profile by clicking on this button here, selecting the type of integration you'd like to configure. This is one of those direct to integration profiles, and then completing the steps to configure the connection. To take a look at an existing integration that's been configured, simply go to the All menu, type in SaaS, and go down and click on Direct Integration Profiles. This is a list of all the profiles that are currently configured in this environment. If I click on the Calendly subscription, here I can see that this connection and credential have been successfully configured, and two scheduled jobs, one to bring in subscription data and another to bring in activity data, are running. Because this is a demonstration environment, these scheduled jobs are not active. A software model is also automatically created for every single product that's associated to the subscription. If I click on this software model record, I'm taken directly to the record where I can have a view of all my software entitlements that are associated to this model. Again, this information is based on data that has been received from your vendors or resellers through an import spreadsheet or through an integrated procurement system. You can also create a new record here. The Software Subscriptions tab gives you a list of all of the users to whom this subscription is assigned, based off of that integration schedule job that we saw earlier. Now that we've validated that this integration is successfully configured by ingesting software subscriptions via the schedule job, a software model record for every product that is part of this subscription, we can go back to the software asset workspace to take a look at all the additional applications and the users that have been ingested. By clicking on the subscription assigned link, I can get a view for all of the software subscriptions that have been assigned across all of my configured integrations. I can filter by subscription profile. So if I'd like to see all of the subscriptions assigned under my Dropbox account, I can simply search for Dropbox, and it'll show me that I have 4,350 assigned subscribers within this Dropbox profile. If I'm looking at something like Office 365, I may want some more granular data. I can start by looking at all Office 365 models, and then I can run a group by on the software model to see all the different products that are being ingested as part of that integration. So in this case, I've got Office 365 E5, Mobility 365 E5, Dynamics, Power Apps, and Windows 10. Expanding each will give me all the subscribed users for each software model. I can also see the last activity data that's being populated by the Office 365 integration. Next, we'll have a look at how to configure a reclamation rule by taking that last activity data and determining whether or not it qualifies for reclamation. To do that, I'm going to navigate to the All Applications, Reclamation Rules. Here I can see several reclamation rules that apply to various application and subscription types. If I filter on subscription software, this will show me all the reclamation rules automatically created once I have configured each of these direct integration profiles. These reclamation rules can then be customized to meet your needs. So in the case of Dropbox, if you click on that reclamation rule, out of the box, the condition is 30 days. If I feel that's too tight, I can extend that out. I can also choose to notify users before their software subscription is reclaimed. And if they don't respond within a particular number of days, I can have it auto-reclaimed anyway. Now, once I've set a reclamation rule, the system will run that rule against all my user subscriptions and determine what my potential savings could look like. To see that, I'm going to go right within the SaaS Overview tab. I'm going to navigate to Potential Savings. Here I see a visualization of how my potential savings based on those reclamation rules have changed over time. I can now see a number of reclamation candidates based off of those rules. Let's navigate to this box reclamation candidate. Opening this candidate record shows me that I have a particular user right here who hasn't used the software based on what I would define as low usage. This is a configurable email message that you can send to the user. Click on Reclaim to trigger the workflow to send that user an email. This has now moved into an awaiting revocation state. The user will have an opportunity to justify their usage for the product, and you can include manager approvals in that workflow as well. We're going to assume that the user does not need the software anymore and close this as a completed reclamation task. Notice that once you've closed this task, the activity stream is updated with the particular details. This software will now be automatically unassigned from this user and will result in actual savings of $68, which is the entitlement cost of one subscription license based off the entitlement data that was imported into the system. You can track all completed reclamations by going back to the Software Asset Analytics page and clicking on the Actual Savings to Date tile. Similar to the previous tile, this will show you how your actual savings have been tracking to date, and you can toggle to show all the records of reclamation candidates that have been completed as closed. So now we were able to walk through configuring an integration, downloading the user subscription data, the last activity data, setting a reclamation rule, and walking through an example of reclaiming a license based on low usage to drive savings. Thank you for taking the time to walk through SaaS management capabilities on the ServiceNow platform. Have a great day.